Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another day on Hockey Top as the puck drop is down and the game is underway. Today is Hockey Fights Cancer here in Knoxville, and the Tennessee Volunteers are coming out in their beautiful Summit Blues. It's a great sight. My name is Sawyer Stacy. I'm joined here by Sawyer. I'm joined here by myself and John Hansen, who will be running our color. We've kind of switched positions here as Charlie Serafian, our regular play-by-play commentator, is out on some much-needed vacation down in Florida. But that's okay because we're going to give you the best possible stream we can here in Knoxville. Unfortunately, we don't have the score bug working for you today. Having some technical difficulties. We're still actively working on that. Hopefully by next semester, because this is the last game of 2024, we will have that up and running for you. We should, surely. But nevertheless, we'll try and call out the score, the time, shots on goal, everything you'll need to know for the game, as we'll get an icing call and it'll be sent back down to the other end in Tennessee's defensive zone.
Sawyer, I hope you're having a good day today. We just watched the D3 game between Tennessee D3 team and Georgia Southern. I thought it was a pretty good game. I hope
It
you thought
was
so as well.
a great game. Really remarkable effort by Georgia Southern to come in their third game of history and take a 5-3 loss. I know it sucks being down 2 goals, but it was still pretty remarkable effort from them. But nevertheless, we're here in Knoxville as we'll get a netting call. Face-off in the neutral zone for the Tennessee Volunteers against the South Carolina Gamecocks. This is their second game of the series on the weekend. Tennessee traveled down to Charleston, which I believe is where the University of South Carolina
It's in
is.
Columbia.
It's in Columbia, sorry. I'm thinking of the University of Charleston.
Yeah.
But in Columbia to face off against the South Carolina in a hard-fought win over the Gamecocks, winning 5-4. So we are in for a great game here today. A lot of people turning up for Hockey Fights Cancer Day here, or afternoon, here in Knoxville, as the face-off will be taken by Tennessee. They'll keep it in the offensive zone, but it'll be taken away by South Carolina. Down at the other end, Will Merring after it, and he'll pass it up to James Getz. Nope, he'll keep it. Will Merring looking for somebody. South Carolina tries to poke it around Lincoln Simons there. South Carolina losing the puck to Tennessee. Will Merring will take it down to the other end. And South Carolina missed pass out of the offensive zone. Tennessee will try to regroup before they take another stab at a passing play in the offensive zone. Jack Ani now passing it back down to Will Merring. And William Hurlburt. South Carolina trying to get control of the puck through Tennessee players, and a missed opportunity from Benjamin Felicki there as he just kind of slid right out of the window to get past Zach Hayes, who's in goal for South Carolina today. Bit of a hold up in the back of the net there, which goes back to the point with Shane Kokoksa. And Benjamin Felicki will try and keep it in, but it goes out, and they'll regroup outside with Jack Ani passing it up to Benjamin Felicki. South Carolina will take it in their own zone. And they'll toss it back down to this end of Lincoln Simons. Tennessee coming out with a hard, fast effort early in the first. About 16:40 remaining in the first period. And Zach Hayes will come out to reset the puck. South Carolina trying to break out of their defensive zone. Looking for a pass, doesn't quite have it. And that pass missed by the South Carolina player, and it'll head all the way back to their own end as the goalie passes it down to the neutral zone. And Bryce Cooper will keep a hold of the puck as they try to head into the offensive zone, flying in there. He'll send it around what looked like he was trying to send it into the boards, but went right at Zach Hayes' leg. And then another opportunity missed by Benjamin Felicki. Pass to Connor Frazier. Shot wide of the net. South Carolina. Connor Frazier with a mean check there in the corner of the boards. And Will Merring will take it in the back. And South Carolina trying to make something happen here. And a couple of pass plays intercepted by Tennessee. South Carolina will take it back, though. And Will Merring putting on the pressure of Aiden Dunphy of South Carolina. And a pass to the slot comes up short as Tennessee is able to get there and block it. Tyler Isles will look at Will Schneider for a possible goal. Keeps the puck as South Carolina swarms them and gets the puck back. And South Carolina looking to break out again. And pass intercepted by Kyle Stober. And a shot on goal missed by Mitchell Spranklin. Kyle Stober getting the puck, trying to regroup back to the point. And that'll go to Jack Ani. And a shot off the post. The top post by Will Merring, I believe that was. An unfortunate shot missed. He's going to want another look at that one. It was Chris Kelly. My apologies. But Tennessee looking to take the puck back on another opportunity with about little less than 14 minutes remaining in the first period. With Tennessee 3 shots on goal so far. South Carolina none. No shots on the goal. They had one little opportunity there at about 16 minutes, but no one was in the slot, and Tennessee was quick to get back to the puck. What have you seen so far, John?
I've seen, we finally get our second stoppage of the game here. I've seen both teams having to go out and fight for close to 5 minutes straight there around the roundabout. You know, good opportunities on both ends. Tennessee a little bit more stronger chances. You had the missed opportunity to South Carolina goalie's right side there where he fumbled the puck a little bit. You had some good shots from the point, but Tennessee's looking pretty hot early. South Carolina's looking pretty hot as well. Both teams pretty even sized so far, it seems.
You know, we look to draw a lot of comparisons from D3 to D1 for Tennessee. And one of the biggest differences that we've seen is Tennessee's ability, Tennessee's D1 ability is to stay consistent throughout the period. A lot of times, Tennessee D3 may fall back after a goal, getting a lead, whatnot, and that allows the opposition to come back in and possibly get a goal. But Tennessee D1 does a really great job of staying consistent throughout the period. Another great save from Lincoln Simons as Tennessee players are all over the place. South Carolina looking like they have a possible look at a goal here. And Tennessee will take it out of the zone finally to give them an opportunity. Ooh. And a mean check on Benjamin Felicki as he goes down, and he's staying down there. I'm not seeing any signs of aggression from South Carolina. It looks like it just may have been an accident. Connor Frazier staying with him right now to make sure he's all right. He is still down. It looks like it may have been possibly a concussion. What would you say?
No, I think
Not necessarily a concussion, but a
yeah,
mean hit to the head. It
yeah,
seems to be
I
where he's
saw
holding
some,
his.
I saw some knee contact, and the South Carolina player also went down, but he kind of got up pretty quickly, and
Yeah, Benjamin Felicki is really trying to get his helmet off right now. And slow to get up, but he does. Round of applause here for him in the Coliseum. That might be the last we see of Benjamin Felicki here today. Yeah, really just, we don't have a replay system here, but from what I can recall, it looked like just an accident. Sometimes when you're going fast, and you're always going fast here in hockey, when you cross paths with someone going the same going opposite directions, you get caught up. It's really easy for situations like that to happen where you get hit hard and fast, and it'll knock you down like Benjamin Felicki did. But maybe he just needs a period to work it off. But we're back here with 12 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third period. South Carolina getting a couple more looks now on the net. We're now 3 shots of Tennessee to South Carolina's 2. Tennessee looking to fire back again as they get a shot wide of the net. And it looks like we'll get a penalty call on Tennessee. Or
I think the puck just went out of play.
Gotcha. So, thought I saw a signal from the ref. I'm just crazy. Don't mind me.
That makes 2 of us. It's okay.
We're all crazy here in this, in the booth up here in the Knoxville Coliseum. Just a little fun fact for you. It's actually 100 million degrees up here in the booth. Even though we're in a hockey coliseum, you would think it'd be cold, but that is not the case. It is quite hot. As a missed pass to number 22 of South Carolina, Ian Hewer, goes wide, and Tennessee will look to gain control of the puck back again, and they'll get it. Connor Frazier sends it out to Jack Ani. Tyler Isles tries to get control, sends it to the defensive zone, and Shane Kakoksa is tied up with number 14, Matthew Winklebeck, of Tennessee. We'll wait for the call here. We don't know exactly what for, but tied up in the corner of the defensive zone for Tennessee. So South Carolina will go on the man advantage here.
No, it's a 4-on-4.
No, 4-on-4.
Both guys probably got tangled up for roughing.
Holding. We're going to get 2 holding calls. We'll get a 4-on-4, so both a man down. I oftentimes, and this is just my experience in watching hockey, the fewer the players, the more interesting the hockey gets. Would you say the same, John?
Yeah, definitely. Less players, the ice opens up a bit, leaves more room for players to skate and get open for opportunities here. And, that's why when you see 3-on-3 overtime hockey, when you get 3-on-3 overtime hockey, that's when you get some quick and easy goals. And we're going to have another penalty here, as it looks to be a slashing on South Carolina Tennessee players.
Yeah, and you can't deny that as Mitchell Spranklin walks to the bench with a broken stick. That's a heavy slash if there ever was one.
I mean, that's an easy call for a slash, too.
Yeah, no question about it. So we'll get 4-3 here in the Coliseum, an early opportunity with 11 minutes And 7 seconds left in the first for Tennessee to come out strong against the Cox. And so we'll regroup here in the offensive zone for Tennessee as they try to capitalize on a man advantage 4-on-3. We were just saying hockey gets more interesting when fewer players are in the ice. You said it, John. The ice opens up more. There's less cause or need for an aggressive approach as Mitchell Spranklin misses the puck for an opportunity on the net. But as we were saying, the ice opens up more, gives more opportunities for players really to focus more on just the hockey being played, really trying to get those skills working, the puck handling, the passing. It's crucial. It's everything's in overdrive when it comes to having a man down.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to open up for quite a while here as we have well over a minute and 20 seconds of 4-on-3 hockey, which eventually is going to transition to 5-on-4. But Tennessee can really set something up here and get an early goal here in the first half of the first period to put something on the board here against a very strong South Carolina team.
And a miscommunication from Connor Frazier to Tyler Isles, but no worries as Tyler Rose tries to set up the pass to the slot. Not quite, and South Carolina will send it back out. And we'll get a stoppage in play. Not quite sure what for.
It was played down with the high stick. So
gotcha.
South Carolina's going to have a short-handed offensive zone draw here, and
if they can get the face-off, but they don't, it'll go to Tennessee as James Getz sends it up to number 17, Kyle Stober. Gets a mean check and another broken stick on the South Carolina bench. They're pretty excited about that. Mitchell Spranklin loses the puck to South Carolina. And James Getz will have it at the point. Back to Mitchell Spranklin. And South Carolina will take it as they clear the puck. Once again, 10 seconds remaining on the 4-on-3. Then we will go to 5-on-4, for about 20 seconds. Starting now. And Shane Kakaksa and Zach, as Matthew Winkelbleck head to the bench at fast speed. So more men on the ice now as James Getz sliding back to the slot. Couldn't quite get it. And they're having a scruff on the boards for the puck now as Tommy Carroll takes it. And South Carolina will take the puck as they go to full strength. Blocked pass by Tennessee player Mitchell Spranklin fighting at the neutral zone. Giacani fighting around. And Mitchell Spranklin, a delayed penalty call on South Carolina. Man, is it Mitchell Spranklin? Is everybody going after Mitchell Spranklin, or is Mitchell Spranklin causing all this trouble?
It could be a mix of both, He's a feisty little player, and he's good at drawing the penalties, and he's good at riling up the other team.
He clearly very good at drawing the penalties, even if that's at the cost of a stick. A poor guy can't hold on to his stick. It seems like that's the trouble here tonight.
Well, it's no trouble for him if he's able to get his team on the power play and give themselves a good chance here.
So that was an interference penalty on number 6 of South Carolina, Tommy Marvin. As Tennessee goes back on the man advantage of the pick sweep power play, but South Carolina will look for an opportunity, and it'll be an offsides call. What little and we're going to get some shoving down, but no penalties, no interference.
Another stick down on the ice. Wasn't broken this time, but
it seems that Tennessee may have buttered their gloves before the game. No sticks can be held onto in this game so far, but
yeah, they buttered their gloves. Goalies buttered their rolls. It's.
Yeah. We're just hungry for Thanksgiving. It feels like.
Yes, we're very hungry. What's your favorite Oh wait, no, we brought up our favorite Thanksgiving food. Friday night, didn't
Yeah, we were talking about it. I don't think we talked about it on stream though. I'm a hash brown casserole kind of guy. I know it's not a typical Thanksgiving food, but uh, it's one that I requested a couple years ago from my mom, and now it's a staple in our home, and I love it.
I'm a green bean kind of guy, and like southern.
I was
style
gonna
green
say
beans.
green beans too.
Yeah.
I'm a green bean guy as well. So Tennessee will go offsides again, and the ref takes a brutal fall on the ice. Quite unfortunate. South Carolina with a couple oohs and ahs on the bench. It's a rough look for the ref as he'll get back up, pretend nothing happened. That's the way you got to do it here in Knoxville. As Tennessee wins the draw, and Tommy Carroll will go after it. And it'll be taken by Benjamin Felicki, who's back on the ice. Is that correct? Nope. Sorry, William Hurlburt. Or Bryce Cooper. Sorry, I'm losing my number. I see the 3. And so Benjamin Felicki is still not on the ice. I believe he's still in the locker room. The biggest update we can give you will be after the first period. So Bryce Cooper with a snapshot on the net. And another funky look from Tyler Isles comes up short. And they'll look to give it back to Bryce Cooper back at the blue line. He'll send it back to Tyler Isles, but not quite. So South Carolina will look to take it in the offensive zone, but Tyler Rose is quick to send it back to Bryce Cooper. And he'll look to give it to Kyle Oakley, sending it up to the offensive zone, taken by Zach Hayes.
You know,
It almost looked like it went through the legs there for a second, but
yeah,
no, Zach Hayes.
He gobbled it up though. Yeah, you know, good opportunity here for Tennessee. They've gotten some good chances here on the 4-on-3, 5-on-4 power play, but can't get past Zach Hayes here so far. And Tennessee has, I think, looked like the stronger team. You know, 14 or so minutes into this game, so South Carolina is going to have to work on committing less penalties, getting more offensive zone time, creating some more plays if they want to compete.
Yeah, it'll be important for Tennessee going forward in the game to keep drawing the penalties from South Carolina, as they've been given a lot of opportunities. Not yet, haven't capitalized on the power play yet, but the opportunities have really helped them keep offensive pressure as an odd man rush is happening right now. Kyle Oakley to the net, doesn't quite make it there fast enough. Zach Hayes was able to knock it out with the leg, and Tennessee's fighting to keep it in the offensive zone, but South Carolina will take it. They'll set it up. Number 19, Thomas Loken, and Tennessee takes it back. Will Schneider there with a look from the slot, comes up short. And Jack Ani trying to create something, not quite. And Connor Frazier will send it around the boards back to Shenka Koksa. And he'll wrap it around again. And missed pass from Tyler Isles will send it out of the offensive zone. South Carolina with something, but blocked by Jack Ani. Tennessee looking to keep it out of there, and Jack Ani will try to send it out, but blocked by South Carolina, which keeps it in play, and it'll go out. South Carolina will try to regroup in the neutral zone. No offsides call there. Tyler Isles sending the pass to Will Schneider, intercepted by South Carolina. And another pass to keep it out of the offensive zone from Tyler Rose. And the puck is caught up on the boards. Recovered by number 4 of South Carolina, Colin Reed. And they'll wrap it around number 18, Carson Scove. And that'll knock it out of the offensive zone. South Carolina will have to regroup in the neutral zone as Tennessee takes back control of the puck. Shenka Koksa, missed pass to Mitchell Spranklin. And number 7, William Hurlburt. A mean check on the boards there to number 12, Jack Honey. Tennessee weaving through South Carolina to try and get a goal. Back to the point. Missed pass wide to James Getz. And William Hurlburt trying to get control of the puck. Still trying to, William Hurlburt gets control of the puck, sends it to the point. James Getz. Tennessee trying to create some sort of offensive passing play. Can't quite get it just yet. They'll regroup in their defensive zone. Pass to Will Merring, off the boards. Another pass intercepted by South Carolina as they now have control of the puck in the offensive zone. And a missed pass will send it back down to the other end, and an almost opportunity for Will Merring in front of the net. He'll take it wide across the boards, and he'll send it back to the point. Tyler Rose, as his snapshot is missed, and number 22, Tommy Carroll, tries to keep control of the puck, does not, and South Carolina will send it across the ice for an icing call.
This has been a seems like a very quick first period. There haven't been many stoppages in play. Puck keeps going around the ice, back and forth action. But I've noticed that South Carolina's being very physical this game. They've laid in a lot of hits, a lot of checks, and their bench has been chirping and hollering, all throughout the first period. But their increased physicality from South Carolina does not help increase their shots on goal right now, as Tennessee leads 11 shots on goal to 4. So Tennessee's definitely been getting the better opportunities, but South Carolina is bringing the big hits to this game.
Less than 2 minutes remaining in the period now, as that is Benjamin Fulicki back out on the ice. It seems he may have just been a little rattled from, I think what John said, did you see a knee probably to the head? Yeah, which, understandable. That'll shake up anybody. As Bryce Cooper takes it in front of the net, and it'll be staggered by South Carolina, and we'll get another icing call as Tennessee races to the puck. Icing is one of the most, if not confusing call in the entire world of hockey. And of course it's been changed a lot over the past years. It's now a rule, I believe it's called hybrid icing. And from my understanding, for those of you who don't watch hockey, or just your loved one plays hockey and that's why you're watching today, it's my understanding that once if a puck is passed past the center line and reaches the back line of the ice and is not retrieved by the person or the team who passed it, it is called icing, and the puck will be sent back to the other end, and the team who committed the icing will not be allowed to change, which causes some fatigue. It's a really quick opportunity for some teams to take advantage of a slightly burnt out team. As Connor Frazier sends it back through the legs, and a shot off the legs by number 17, Kyle Stober. Tennessee will try to regain control of the puck as it's caught up in the boards. South Carolina will take it. Now, shot high and shot into the chest by Thomas Loken of South Carolina, taken up by Lincoln Simons. A really great goalie game so far. Both receiving some great shots on goal. More so Zach Hayes of South Carolina, with Tennessee's 12 shots to South Carolina's 4. 20 seconds remaining in the period. We'll have a face-off in the Tennessee defensive zone. And it'll be caught up at the boards again. South Carolina taking it back to the point. It'll stay in the zone. And a snapshot goes high. They'll send it back to the point again. Stays on the blue line. Lincoln Simons, another great block. And the puck is once again caught on the boards as we end the first period. All tied up. Tennessee 0, South Carolina 0. A great effort from both teams. More so South Carolina on the defensive effort, as Tennessee has taken much more of a step forward in their offensive play this period. What do you want to see Tennessee and South Carolina maybe talk about through this intermission, John?
For South Carolina, those early penalties may have cost them. They were down a man for quite a few minutes in this period, and on the power, when you're on the penalty kill, you're in the defensive zone a lot, and you're not able to get a bunch of opportunities at the net. So that's kind of what limited South Carolina to their offensive chances in this period. So cut down on the penalties and get some more 5-on-5 offensive zone time, and you could get one past the Tennessee goalie. For Tennessee, quite opposite, right? They've had quite a few opportunities this period, but for them, I want them to, I think, have more smarter chances. They've gotten shots on goal, but they've been pretty easily gobbled up by Zach Hayes of South Carolina. So, get some like screens in there or something. Put in some nifty passes, and I think in order to do that, Tennessee could get one past Zach Hayes.
Well, that'll do it here on Hockey Top for the first period. We'll see you back after the intermission for the second period of Hockey Fights Cancer Day in Knoxville. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another 20 minutes for the second period on Hockey Top. Couple of new developments in terms of stats. It seems we were a bit, whoever's running the scoreboard here in Knoxville is just kind of putting up any numbers they deem necessary. The actual shots on goal are Tennessee 6, South Carolina 5. And that is what we're getting from the game sheet as the puck drop is down. And the game is underway here for the second period, gearing up for another 20 minutes of feisty hockey as these two teams fight for currently second place in the College Hockey South. Right now, South Carolina is ahead of Tennessee with 12 wins and 3 losses, and Tennessee is at 12 wins and 2 losses, but with in terms of ties in regulation, which I believe includes overtime, it may not, but it will. South Carolina has 2 and Tennessee has 1. So right now they're looking at 26 points to 25 points. South Carolina is currently ahead. But with a win today in regulation, Tennessee will come out on top of South Carolina to take second place in the College Hockey South standings.
Both teams looking pretty strong this year. You know, South Carolina is in second, Tennessee in third, Georgia in front of both of them, and I know Tennessee had to travel down to Athens couple weeks ago, and they may have split the series if I remember correctly.
I think they actually only played one game.
One game.
D3 ended up winning one game and then losing one game, if I'm not mistaken. But in terms of D1, it was a 1-4 loss to Georgia, only Tennessee's second of the year, with the first loss coming from the University of Tampa, their first game, 4-5. Similar to the first game of South Carolina, a hard-fought effort to get 4 goals on the board, but Tampa was able to put one out late in the game to get it to 5. Same way Tennessee did on Friday against South Carolina. But now we sit tied here in Knoxville with 18 minutes left to go in the second period. And then we'll get a stoppage in play.
Scoreless game so far here in Knoxville. I think all of us up here anticipating the first goal. You know, who's it going to be? Is Tennessee going to strike first and continue the momentum they sort of had in the first period, or is South Carolina going to break through the seal? But it'll be very interesting to see who gets the first goal here, because it could tell us something about, you know, how the rest of the game is going to play out.
And with how aggressive and how dominant Tennessee has been so far, it will definitely be a mood change on both lines or both sides of the ice if South Carolina comes out ahead first, because of how aggressive and dominant Tennessee has been. South Carolina with an opportunity, passes the slot, missed wide, and shot way high up into the net. I felt like we were saying that every 2 seconds in the D3 game as pucks were flying everywhere. We were getting a little nervous up here as pucks started getting closer and closer our way in the booth. But luckily, we were okay and nobody was hurt. If you're ever in Knoxville and get to see a game here in the Coliseum, you'll notice signs are everywhere saying beware of flying objects. I can assure you in the D3 game, people were not aware of flying objects, as one flying object goes wide of the net, shot by number 22 of Tennessee, Tommy Carroll. And South Carolina will look to create something in the back. And Tennessee laying on the pressure to try and create something, not let South Carolina get the puck for too long. And South Carolina swarming now around with a quick snapshot at the legs of Lincoln Simons. But it's no good as Lincoln blocks it with the leg pad. And puck will get tied up at the boards. It'll be shot to the neutral ice. And Tennessee looking to steal the puck as they got an opportunity here. And it's scored by Tyler Isles. An unbelievable goal to the corner post past Zach Hayes. Great shot by Tyler Isles.
You know, just a very nifty play there. You know, very quick breakaway for Tennessee. It was 2-on-1 and little snapshot up to the top right corner of the goal, right past Zach Hayes. You know, top shelf where Grandma keeps the cookies, as the great Rick Jenneret used to say. And very good shot there for Tennessee. And as I mentioned, they're the first one to get a score on the board here, and that is that's very good for them, and it could help them along the way here.
The best opportunity you can get is what Tyler Isles just saw in front of the net, is to create an a more than just an odd man rush with two people at the net. And I don't believe, I can't recall, but I don't believe there was a South Carolina defender down there. So with two people down at the net trying to confuse the goalie, is Tyler Isles going to pass it to Kyle Oakley, or is he going to keep it? And he kept it, and a beautiful shot comes out on top for Tennessee as we were 1-0, 15 minutes remaining in the period. Currently, Tennessee has 8 shots on goal, one of them going in, and then 5 shots for South Carolina as the puck is caught up at the boards. South Carolina with an opportunity now, and they'll take it, and it's swallowed up by Lincoln Simons. Great save right from the chest. Goaltending for Tennessee really is a strong suit with 2 unbelievable goalies, Patrick Green and Lincoln Simons, with also, let's see here, I believe Ryan Farrell, Ryan Farrell and Alexander Steinberg playing a couple games as well. But the 2 main being Lincoln Simons and Patrick Green, 2 absolute forces of nature in the goalpost. As our announcer here in the Coliseum will get things riled up here for the Tennessee Ice Vols. Lots of players, or lots of fans, in the stands in comparison to what we normally have, as everyone is coming out to show their support for Hockey Fights Cancer Day here in Knoxville. Tennessee will take a flying speed and a shot up to the net. The net being that surrounds the stands and protects the stands.
Not the goalie net.
It seems I've just realized now, a lot of times I'll say it'll get caught in the net, and I've been meaning the net that surrounds the ice to protect those in the stands behind the net or the goal. But I'll make sure to say netting next time for folks listening.
And this netting, you know, it doesn't wrap around the entire arena here, which is why we got all those flying pucks in the D3 game, because there's no netting right here on the sides, and it just came up into the stands. So I don't know if that's a purposeful safety hazard or what, but I think they should work on that.
And it'll head to the bench. not the netting. Now, if there was netting around, they would have headed in that direction. But yeah, so
And there's
another stoppage in play as we'll get a face-off. In the defensive zone for Tennessee, I would have thought because the puck went out at South Carolina's bench, would have seen it in the neutral zone, but no worries. Tennessee gets the puck now to Tyler Isles, and he'll send it up to number 4 for Tennessee, Peter Hoffman. Peter Hoffman, if I am correct in saying that is Peter Hoffman. Sometimes players will wear different jerseys if they don't have a jersey for their number, but what I'm seeing on the stat sheet is Peter Hoffman. Peter Hoffman played in the D3 game earlier, so that's why I'm a little confused. Or if I'm not mistaken, sorry, I'm going to take my words back. I believe that is Connor Benoit. I saw Connor Benoit on the stat sheet earlier today. Forced to be reckoned with on the D3 team, being called up here today to play for D1. So I'm going to assume that's Connor Benoit playing with number 4 on the ice, which makes the most sense. But a real X-Factor player as the puck goes back to the South Carolina bench. I don't know what to tell you, John. I think
we need to put a net near the benches. Or
yeah, I mean, the
you
puck.
know, have the players, when they need to come onto the ice, just like take like a box cutter or something, just like cut through the net.
I guess the puck wants to go home, and home is apparently the South Carolina bench. That's the 4th puck to be slung in the South Carolina bench. 12:20 left to go in the second period. Tennessee up 1-0. South Carolina taking a more aggressive effort as Tennessee's not seen as many opportunities as they have, but they're going to get one right here. That'll go out of play off a South Carolina player. James Getz will try to regroup in the defensive zone and start a flying effort. That'll go to Kyle Stober. Kyle Stober will send it around the boards for Mitchell Spranklin. South Carolina kicking the puck around. Little back and forth action here as both teams try to maintain some sort of control of the puck. South Carolina will look now to regroup for an effort at the net, and that'll head straight toward Lincoln Simons. He'll freeze it as number 19, Thomas Loken, was flying at the net, eager to put South Carolina up on the board.
You know, one thing I've noticed is, you know, besides the goal by Tyler Isles here in the second period, it seems like things have calmed down quite a bit, and there's a lot more neutral zone play. And, you know, when the puck's not in the neutral zone and it's in one of these two ends, it seems like it's always the offensive team in those zones just can't get much going. So, you know, chances are much more harder to come by, it seems, and that's why Tyler Isles' goal was so poignant, was because it was a quick, you know, 2-on-0 breakaway or 2-on-1, whatever it was, and he was able to get that perfect chance and put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, Tyler Isles is one of the many X-Factor players here for Tennessee, being one of the leading assist scorers, if there ever was a term for that. Assist leader here on the Tennessee Ice Vols team. Tennessee will get an opportunity at the net, and it's scored by number 13, I believe, Benjamin Felicki. You can knock him down, but not for long. Benjamin Felicki gets another great look at the net for Tennessee to go up 2-0. Here, halfway through the second, 10:47 left. Beautiful goal.
I mean, if there was ever a time to use the catchphrase off the floor on the board, that would be Felicki right there. Uh, a perfect rebound off of Zach Hayes' pads, and Felicki had just a wide open net and was able to just bang it through the back of the net there and give Tennessee a 2-0 lead here halfway through the second period, and they're looking very strong against South Carolina.
A great effort from Benjamin Felicki to go down early in the first and then come back and score for Tennessee to go up 2-0 on South Carolina. And the puck's tied up at the point, and South Carolina will keep it, send it across the boards, but Tennessee will be there to take it as Tyler Rhodes will send it back up to William Hurlburt, or Bryce Cooper, sorry. And Will Schneider, fast at the net, goes high. And that'll send it all the way back to the Tennessee defensive zone. South Carolina takes it through the legs of number 4, Connor Benoit. And South Carolina now with an opportunity in the offensive zone. Number 18, Carson Scove, wraps around the net. Try to maintain control. Tennessee really doing a great job of laying on the pressure when South Carolina does get these offensive opportunities. Tied up at the net, recovered by South Carolina, and they'll keep it in play. And 24, George Clavin will send one at the net, but not quite, because Lincoln Simons will block it wide. Tennessee now heading towards their offensive zone. Will Schneider trying to get a look at it. Connor Benoit and Tyler Isles will keep it in play. He'll send it at the net. Shot wide. Connor Benoit at the puck, but South Carolina will take it as number 9, Marco Pineda, heads towards the net. Another shot wide from South Carolina. The puck's tied up. Recovered by Tennessee. Possible opportunity here from William Hurlburt. And number 5, Chris Kelly, not quite there. Tennessee fighting at the net to get a goal in there. But no, Zach Hayes will freeze the puck.
Some very good opportunities here for Tennessee. They were able to put 2 on the board here in the second period, and it looks like they're just continuing to put on the pressure. So that very first goal to break the ice was, very, very crucial, very pivotal. South Carolina just, they've had some opportunities here and there, but they've looked kind of out of it compared to this very strong Tennessee team. So we'll see what the Gamecocks can do. We'll see if they can maybe draw a penalty or something and get back into this, because right now it's all Tennessee.
Yeah, South Carolina just trying to take every opportunity they can to get a goal, but nothing getting past Lincoln Simons due to, I want to say a little lack of effort from South Carolina. It seems just every time, they feel like they can make an opportunity, they're trying, but it's not always the best. But when they do get those good looks on the goal, Lincoln Simons is still there looking for a possible shutout. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the period. 2-0 here in Knoxville as Lincoln Simons swallows up another one to deny a South Carolina goal. So way too early to call, but maybe looking at a shutout for Lincoln Simons.
Yeah, definitely shutout potential, but like you said, I think it's just a little bit too early to tell. I mean, it's not like South Carolina hasn't been missing any opportunities, so they've gotten good chances of their own, but Simons has stood strong, and, South Carolina looks to hopefully break through them as we inch closer to the end of this period.
And another shot almost through the legs behind Zach Hayes from Tommy Carroll. Not quite. And Kyle Oakley will try to send the puck back to Shane Kokoksa. Or number 2, Will Merring, sorry. And South Carolina will try to get something together as he sends it way across ice. And Lincoln Simons blocked with the pad. And another shot wide from South Carolina. Great goaltending there from Lincoln Simons as a delayed penalty was called. And Zach Hayes rapidly headed to the bench. And it looks like Tommy Carroll or Kyle Oakley. Can't quite see who the player heading to the ice is. We'll let you know in a minute. It is a cross-checking call. I can tell you that right now. Miles Jackson heading to the box for a South Carolina power play. This will be their first of the game on the man advantage. So this will be interesting as South Carolina is starting to generate a bit more offense, a couple more looks at the net, and trying to deny Tennessee from creating as much motivation, or how am I trying to say? Momentum, sorry. Momentum
Yes.
as they've got right now.
Yeah, South Carolina, they kind of need to draw that penalty, get themselves back into this game. A great opportunity here is 5 minutes 40 seconds or so left in the second period, and South Carolina can get a goal on this shot. I mean, we only got a 1-goal game going into the third, which is pretty close to even as what we saw at the end of the first.
So South Carolina will send it back to the point and trying to create a couple more passing plays. And not getting through the wall that is the Tennessee defense right now. Creating a great wall for Lincoln Simons, giving him a better look at stopping any sort of South Carolina score here late in the second period with 5 minutes left. 30 seconds left on the power play for South Carolina. Trying to create any sort of offense or passing. It almost seems like Tennessee's just letting them play around at the moment. I would beg to argue that it feels like Tennessee is on the power play with the man advantage, and they're just letting South Carolina have some fun. And another shot blocked by Bryce Cooper as he is bending over from a rough shot to the chest. But that's just what you can see from this Tennessee team. They're constantly putting their bodies on the line to do the best they can all the time. And their best is good enough right now with 2-0, 4 minutes remaining in the period. And South Carolina with a 4-on-3 almost there for a second. Puck tied up and then slung across the ice for Bryce Cooper again. But no icing will be called. South Carolina was waiting for it. And then Bryce Cooper will take it back in the defensive zone. Looking for a stoppage or something was going on as South Carolina slams the door to the bench.
Yeah, it's
Probably upset with the way this game is going at the moment.
Yeah, it's very interesting that South Carolina is actually leading in shots on goal right now, 14-13, but they haven't been able to get any past Lincoln Simons here, while Tennessee has been able to get 2 past Hayes in this game. So South Carolina's definitely been putting in the effort, but it's just been the door's just been shut for them with Tennessee's very strong defense.
Kyle Stober will take it, trying to send it back to William Hurlburt. And another shot on the net. Weaves through some South Carolina players as they take the puck down to their zone. And nothing as Lincoln Simons freezes the puck, and things are going to get hairy here. Tyler Rose is exchanging information, as our regular play-by-play commentator would say, Charlie Serafian. So we'll get another 4-on-4 here, I'm sure, for some roughing calls. As a little chaos ensued down there by the goal with Lincoln Simons. He got a hold of the puck, but South Carolina said that wasn't good enough, and they tried to take a stab at his glove, see if they could poke it out, as they had a really good look on the goal. But Lincoln Simons said, "No way, Jose." And as a result, we'll get a 5-on-5? Question mark?
Yeah, we have one Tennessee player in the box. They haven't put anything in
I have seen one go.
South Carolina's box.
One player head to the South Carolina. Five people are on the ice. Well, 5 people are on. I must have been mistaken. Okay, so Tyler Rose will be the only one heading to the box, as 5 people are out on the ice for South Carolina. So it'll be a power play for South Carolina. Tennessee will head on the penalty kill. Refs are still communicating with everybody what's going on down on the ice. Lincoln Simons was getting himself ready for the penalty kill. Seems he's adjusted himself. So South Carolina takes the draw and will look to get a goal. No good, as Lincoln Simons' leg was ready to block. South Carolina taking a bit more of, taking their time on the power play to see if they can get a good look at the net. But it seems, at least in the first power play we saw from them, is really hurting them, because they're spending so much time. Already 30 seconds has passed, and I believe only one shot on the goal has happened for South Carolina. And so it really is important for South Carolina to kind of up their tempo if they want to get a goal off this power play. But it is going to be very difficult. They're going to have to be way more aggressive, as Tennessee is playing unbelievable defense on the power play, or on the penalty kill, sorry. And so South Carolina is going to have to be quicker on their passes. They're passing great, but they're going to have to be quicker and more aggressive if they want to see this power play come up successful. So South Carolina, no offsides call. I thought I saw it slip out there, but ref says still in play, as South Carolina still burning the clock. Less than 1 minute remaining, and one shot on goal this entire power play, and Tennessee will clear it. 40 seconds left on the power play. Like I said, South Carolina burning a lot of time to really make sure they're careful with how they're shooting on the goal. But at this point, what's going to be more important is just shooting to see if anything sticks. And it will, on the chest of Lincoln Simons, as another blocked shot. Lincoln Simons doing great tonight.
Another gobbled up shot there by Simons. South Carolina, they're getting the shots on goal, but, Simons, for him, it's been easy. Just shots straight to him. There's been no screens. There's been no one in front to shield his point of view, and that's why South Carolina hasn't been getting, the best chances. They've gotten chances, but not the best chances.
Yeah, like you said, with especially the screen, there have been only a few South Carolinas that players at times in front of Lincoln Simons. They're back at even strength though now. But during the power play, you know, they're giving Lincoln Simons a lot of room to kind of look around and, you know, keep a really good lay of the land. I said this earlier in D3. I'm an avid Preds fan, and a lot of times, just to draw a comparison here, a lot of times Juice, the goalie for the Preds, when those pucks slip past him for goals, it's because there's too much chaos at the net, and he can't see what's going on. So, but for Lincoln Simons, he's able to see everything. And what we're hearing from the bench is somebody's skate is broken. I don't know if they have the equipment available to fix that. I don't know who exactly it was, but play will continue. Down at the offensive zone as South Carolina maintains control, but Lincoln Simons not letting anything past. Lincoln Simons really taking a beating here, sort of. He seems to be taking it with ease, not letting anything pass. Some great glove saves from Lincoln Simons. Maybe getting a little tired. Only 11 seconds remaining in the second period. South Carolina is going to be going to the locker room a little worried, seeing as they've had so many offensive opportunities in the second, but all of them come up short as the second period ends. South Carolina now with 21 shots on goal to Tennessee's 13. A little interesting stat for you folks listening and watching. Tennessee should go back to the locker room feeling good about how they've played so far, especially on the offense early in the second period, which allowed them to get 2 goals. But on the defense, especially late in the second period, as South Carolina went on the power play and came up absolutely short, they're really giving South Carolina a run for their money in terms of defense, especially on the man advantage for them, because they've created a wall in front of Lincoln Simons, and then Lincoln Simons just an unbelievable performance so far.
Yeah, Simons is having a good performance, and going into the third period, South Carolina, like I said, they have chances, they just need better chances, and I think what you saw very close to the end of the period there was, you know, some deflected pucks out in front, and maybe a good deflection or so could get past Simons and get South Carolina on the board, because, you know, with these empty chances, if you will, you know, they can't continue doing this for another 20 minutes or else they're not going to be able to come back in this game. Tennessee, they just have to keep the pressure on. They don't have as many shots on goal, but they've had the better chances. They've created the smarter plays, and they've been able to get 2 on the board here. And you know, a shutout's possible, but Tennessee just needs to hold that rhythm and hold whatever they're, you know, the chances that they're doing, so that they can pull off a win here.
All right, that'll do it for us here in the second. We'll see you back in a couple minutes for the third period and the end of this hockey game here on Hockey Top. welcome back on this Sunday afternoon on Hockey Top. 20 minutes remaining in the rest of the calendar year, as this will be the last period Tennessee plays for the rest of 2024. Was taking a glance at the comments over the intermission, and I'm so glad to see that everybody's loving the commentary that we're providing today. And if you're not, one lovely feature that I saw YouTube put when you're watching the videos is that little mute button in the corner. So if you don't like it, go ahead and hit that button. But if not, we're going to keep providing the best possible commentary and best possible stream we can for you today, as puck drop is looming here. We're going to get ready for South Carolina as putting final touches on their plan for this third period.
Sawyer, whenever you're commentating a game, I never hit the mute button.
Thank you, John. That warms my heart. And we'll keep providing it for the next 19 minutes and 50 seconds as the third period is underway. Bryce Cooper is going to take it around the back of the net. And Tennessee will get a breakaway opportunity here, and it's scored by number 4, Connor Benoit. Unbelievable start to the period here on Hockey Top. Tennessee goes 3-0 early in the third period. Unbelievable breakaway opportunity that comes up on top of the Cox for Tennessee. Unbelievable goal by Connor Benoit.
Unbelievable goal, Patrick Kane-esque, just a breakaway slap shot, and Benoit is able to get it past Mr. Zach Hayes here, and that is the third goal for Tennessee in this game. They're up 3-0. You know, South Carolina may be leading in shots on goal, but man, Tennessee is just absolutely dominating on the ones that actually get past the goalie.
You know, I think the best word to describe Tennessee right now is very mature. In terms of how they're playing, they're taking as much time as they need to get the opportunities that they're creating, as little chaos in front of the goal gets stopped by Lincoln Simons. He wasn't going to let it pass, but finally when South Carolina took a shot, he took the glove save. But like I was saying, unbelievable maturity from Tennessee to be able to take their time and take as much time as they need and not a second more. A lot of what we were talking about in the second was South Carolina, you know, burning a little bit too much time, especially on the power plays that they two power plays that they had late in the second, which allowed them to come up short. And when they were finally back on even strength, they were able to get a bit more aggressive. It seemed that they slowed up on the man advantage, but Tennessee really making the best of these quick opportunities that they're getting, which has allowed them to come out on top 3-0 with only 14 shots on goal to South Carolina's 22 shots. Really remarkable effort from Tennessee here today, as South Carolina will look to climb their way back into this game from a 3-goal deficit. And another shot missed by Tommy Carroll. South Carolina player was able to block it, and Miles Jackson will send it at the net, but Zach Hayes not letting it by this time.
You know, it's amazing how Tennessee's been able to put 3 goals on the board on only 14 shots. You know, 14 shots. South Carolina's had pretty stellar defense, but you know, Tennessee has found ways to get to the back of the net that South Carolina hasn't been able to get. And it may be a pretty even matchup on paper, but Tennessee's definitely had the better of the two chances, and they've rightly gotten a 3-0 lead here.
17:30 now left remaining in regulation and in the third, as Tennessee will get another opportunity, but off the post, South Carolina will send it back to the defensive zone and will take it for a shot on the goal with a bounce off the pad of Lincoln Simons, and he'll freeze the puck for a face-off. In Tennessee's defensive zone, South Carolina looking to really create any sort of offense so that they can try and maybe climb back in this game. This is not something to laugh about or give up on, because there's still 17 minutes remaining in this period. Plenty of time for some crazy things to happen. Crazier things have happened in shorter amount of time. So by no means is this game over. This game won't be over until the final seconds of the period.
Yeah, if South Carolina's going to do anything, they're going to have to step their foot on the gas right now, because yes, there's a lot of time left to play, but the clock ticks fast when you're down and under pressure. So South Carolina is going to hopefully look for a quick response here and make this a 2-goal game, hopefully before 13 minute mark, so they can keep themselves in this game.
So Tennessee will try and recover the puck in the neutral zone, and they will. Mitchell Spranklin sending it down and around the boards. Zach Hayes will stop it behind the goal, and Tyler Isles quick to contest him for the puck. We'll get a stoppage in play. Penalty, no, sorry. South Carolina will update you in second on for what. 16:12 remaining in the period. The penalty was Carson Scove of South Carolina. A dangerous man advantage now for Tennessee in their previous power plays that they've had so far. A cross-checking penalty for Carson Scove. The previous penalties, or power plays, that Tennessee has had have been very good in terms of opportunities. Not quite capitalizing on the power play, but maybe something here, as Tyler Rose will take it, passing back and forth between Connor Frazier, and they'll send it back. Tyler Isles looking for an opportunity. Bryce Cooper now with a one-timer at the goal. Comes up short. Tyler Isles now trying to get the puck, but nothing. We'll get a stoppage, possibly penalty. And Tyler Isles is going to be heading to the box. So now we'll get a 4-on-4. This will be an interesting turn of events for both teams. We talked about early in the first when a couple penalties happened. I believe it was holding. When there's less men on the ice, crazier things tend to happen because, like John said earlier, the ice opens up. There's less room for some chaos and more focus on skill and trying to really just put the puck in the back of the net. And they'll get a shot off, but nothing. Bryce Cooper will head back to the offensive zone. Mitchell Spranklin and Tommy Carroll up front waiting for the pass. And South Carolina will look to recover. Tennessee trying to steal it in the offensive zone. Mitchell Spranklin laying on the pressure for South Carolina. They'll maintain the puck. He'll send it across ice now to the neutral zone as South Carolina gets a look in the offensive zone. They'll try and send it back to the point, and no good. Brendan Flattery missed pass there, but he'll take it this time, and a snapshot comes up short as it looked like a South Carolina player, number 10, Nick Kay, was going to get a little look on the net from Lincoln Simons, but Lincoln Simons again says no way. Jose with a quick glove save to deny on any sort of goal from South Carolina. We were talking about a way too early to call stat here about a possible Lincoln Simon shutout. We don't want to jinx it. We're knocking on wood up here. I'm knocking on John's head to make sure we don't
Hey, my head's
jinx
not
it.
full of wood.
Well, we'll have to get an MRI to check that. But here, we can knock on my head. I know my head's full of wood. But we'll get back to the hockey being played as South Carolina, possible breakaway, comes up short as I think a miscommunication from the pass there, as Chris Kelly was clearly blocking the pass, but South Carolina said, let me give it a try anyway. And a shot goes high on the net. And Tennessee will send it down the other end for an icing. Or not. We won't get an icing call. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
It's
power
a
play.
penalty
Yeah.
kill.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm
I'm going crazy up here. My head really is full of wood.
Yep.
But that'll do it for the power play for Tennessee as Tyler Isles gets an opportunity. Oh, and it's poked away by Zach Hayes. A quick opportunity from Tyler Isles as he heads out of the penalty box. Those are often the best goals as somebody heads out of the penalty box, gets a look at the net, but no good from Tyler Isles, all thanks to Zach Hayes. Another shot on net by William Hurlburt. Glove save by Zach Hayes. Things are starting to heat up as we are approaching the midway point of the third period. 13 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. 3 goals, for Tennessee, 0 for South Carolina.
That's what we don't need. We don't need South Carolina scoring 3 goals in 3 seconds. That would just be that would not be good for Tennessee here. As you know, they've dominated pretty well in this game.
And we will get a tripping call, I believe, on Bryce Cooper. Yep, Bryce Cooper is going to head to the penalty box for a tripping call. You know, we're Tennessee fans up here. We work for Tennessee, but just a little bias here. Maybe just a little. I didn't think that was a tripping call. We don't have the system for a replay up here, but it seemed like the South Carolina player maybe tripped on the ice. But you know, sometimes you take advantage of a missed referee call, as South Carolina will try to hear whether or not it was a bad call. But we'll say it was good. We'll say Bryce Cooper truly did trip the South Carolina player, as South Carolina takes the power play, coming up short on all power plays so far in the game. We were saying earlier they burn a lot of time trying to get the perfect look on the net, but still not getting it, as the one-timer comes right to the groin of Will Merring. Cox shooting it at the same area on Will Merring as he kind of holds his area heading to the net. He's
body parts
everybody's embracing Will Merring for putting his body on the line there, as a mean shot right right in the precious area of Will Merring. But he's going to thank himself later for taking it, as a minute will go by of this power play. 45 seconds left on the penalty kill for Tennessee. Some expletives are being shouted on the bench. I don't know from what team, as Tennessee is generating some offense on the penalty kill, and icing will be called. I don't know who has the man advantage right now. It's back and forth.
I don't know what's going on, to be quite honest. You know, both teams have just been they've been putting some good opportunities on the net. South Carolina, they need something, but clearly their power play is not working out as well as they had hoped, because you know, they're on the power play, but they're having to defend their own zone here against Tennessee. So South Carolina, the clock is ticking, and they need to get something real quick.
Now Tennessee has not capitalized on the power play themselves. But it's a different story when it comes to who has the man advantage, because Tennessee takes a much more aggressive approach, gets many more shots on the net, at least during the power play, than South Carolina does during the power play. But this will be interesting afterwards, as 15 seconds remain in the power play for South Carolina. Tyler Isles, after the South Carolina player, trying to generate some more offense on the penalty kill. And South Carolina may get one more look, and it'll come up short as Bryce Cooper is out of the box and back at even strength. South Carolina now, though, has taken a bit more effort after the power play, so these next couple minutes will be interesting to see if, you know, they get a little frustrated that they didn't get anything, and Tyler Isles back at the net, he scores! Another goal for Tyler Isles! Unbelievable breakaway opportunity. You know, I was just saying that South Carolina might be the one to finally get a goal on net, as they've been more aggressive after the power play. But no siree, says Tyler Isles, as he gets another goal on the net. Unbelievable shot.
Game, set, and match by Tyler Isles.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
His second of the game, nifty little backhand, another breakaway opportunity for Tennessee. They've gotten a few goals off those breakaways, and it's 4-0 here. Tennessee, you know, they don't seem to be letting up whatsoever. They're dominating on what should be South Carolina's own opportunities. So I think compared to the last game where Tennessee just edged out the Gamecocks 5-4, the Ice Balls have this one in the bag, and maybe it's got something to do with those Summit Blue jerseys.
Yeah, the Sunday Summit Blues. It's beautiful for Hockey Fights Cancer Day here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So we got a game set match call from John over here. Pretty confident in this Tennessee team. I am as well. I'm not, again, halfway through the third period, little less than 10 minutes left. A lot can happen. But if the pace continues as it has right now, Tennessee is looking mighty good for taking the second place of the standings in the College Hockey South D1. And the puck will go flying across the ice. South Carolina looking to generate something in the offensive zone, get a goal. And Tennessee takes back control. And a missed shot from Dylan Updike. Comes up short. Looks like he may have just lost his footing. And James Getz will try to get control of the puck. And he will kicks it on down to number 13, Benjamin Felicki. A missed pass, though, over to Dylan Updike. James Getz trying to get control of the puck back again as the South Carolina player falls down. Looking at the net, two opportunities. The second one up high in the netting. Tennessee will get a face-off here in the defensive zone.
I mean, this is for Tennessee to be, they're being outshot here, technically. We had that weird, shots on goal malfunction in the first period. But Tennessee's being outshot here. South Carolina's one of the better teams in the league. They're up a point in the standings on the Ice Balls, but Tennessee is just like, they're taking care of them. It's amazing to see, and maybe it just shows who the better team actually is.
And the record will reflect that, especially with second place on the line here in Knoxville. Now, I do not have the schedule pulled up for Tennessee, or South Carolina, sorry, but this is the last game of 2024, the last 8 minutes and 16 seconds of 2024 here, as the next game will not be until January for Tennessee, when they'll head down to Savannah, Georgia for the Savannah Hockey Classic, an amazing tournament in the beautiful city of Savannah.
See, now I know Charlie was trying to get us to go on a little road trip down to Savannah.
I'm definitely going on a road trip down there. I was hoping to maybe get a little look at commentating, but maybe not. Tyler Isles looking for the puck. Another opportunity, looks for the pass, but nobody's there. Shot on net by Connor Benoit, goes wide. Oh, and a mean check on Connor Benoit, but he gets right back up. No problem for him. Will Schneider will send it to Tyler Isles as he weaves through another South Carolina player, and an opportunity here goes high. Zach Hayes will reset in the post. Tyler Isles looking all over the net for something, and he's created 2 goals already. Possible hat trick tonight for Tyler Isles.
I told you, game, set, match. I mean, he's been in my opinion, the best overall player right here on the ice in this game. He's just been absolutely everywhere, creating chances, getting chances, putting goals on the board. I mean, Tennessee, you might want to rename the T in Tennessee to Tyler Isles.
Tyler Isles is right, because it's been all Tennessee, all Tyler Isles for tonight. Unbelievable opportunities created off the breakaway, especially with him, but it seems that almost all the goals, if not all the goals, were at least in some way breakaway opportunities, with Benjamin Flicki and Connor Benoit getting the other 2 goals here in Knoxville. It really is crucial for South Carolina if they maybe want to crawl back in this game or soften the blow that Tennessee is laying on them right now. They really need to make sure Tennessee doesn't get the breakaway that they've had all night and capitalize 4 goals off of. When you leave players like Connor Benoit, Benjamin Flicki, and Tyler Isles on their own, it's a battle between how is the goalie going to respond. And unfortunately, Zach Hayes tonight, or today, sorry, it's still early, has really lost his footing sometimes, letting Tennessee get 4 goals on the board to South Carolina 0. We will now get a penalty kill from Tennessee. Sorry, I'm losing my mind up here, but it's Tommy Carroll for hooking. 6 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the period. 22 shots on goal from Tennessee, 4 of them sneaking by Zach Hayes, to 27 shots from South Carolina, all of them being blocked by Lincoln Simons. A couple blocks there from Will Merring. You'll recall that he really put his body on the line. He was shaken up on the bench there for a little bit. And then another blocked shot by Bryce Cooper to the chest. But really, really great effort from Tennessee overall, and I'm sure we'll see the same as the past couple power plays that South Carolina has had. Tennessee decides, hey, let's make an offensive play, and they've got a couple good looks. So I don't doubt we won't see the same here in this power play.
Yeah, I mean, South Carolina power plays, it hasn't even felt like a power play. It's, Tennessee's been scoring on these 5-on-5 chances, and even if Tennessee's down a man, it still feels like that 5th man for Tennessee is still out there and still creating opportunities against South Carolina. So can the Gamecocks put anything past Simons here to, destroy his shutout attempt? I hope not, because I would love to see a Simons shutout because, it's alliterative. It's fun to say.
And like we've talked all night, especially with South Carolina's power play, they burn a lot of time trying to create some sort of passing play, some sort of perfect look at the net, and every single time comes up short. We're almost 1.5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the power play for South Carolina as Tennessee takes the offensive stab here possibly. And South Carolina really just burning too much time, not able to find a good look at the net. And if they can keep a good look, and Simons, another blocked shot. 9 seconds remaining on the power play for South Carolina.
Tennessee bench is
Tennessee really fired up, looking for another goal, possibly from Tyler Isles to get the hat trick. But South Carolina very frustrated, and reasonably so. I think one factor that somebody pointed out in the comments is kind of a home advantage in terms of on Friday night they played at South Carolina, traveled probably all day Saturday. I'm not sure when they headed back here, Tennessee or South Carolina, but headed back here probably all day Saturday, and now Tennessee gets to stay at home, play at home for the second game. It probably is really hard for South Carolina to travel all day and play an away game, and it's really hard in the club hockey world to travel like you do, be in college, keep up with your schooling and education, and meanwhile put all you can out on the ice. And so it really is reflective of home turf advantage or home ice advantage, where Tennessee was able to go down to South Carolina 5-4 victory at South Carolina's home, and then say, hey, come to our barn, see how you play, and then make it 4-0 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the period as Tommy Carroll will get an opportunity. And South Carolina will send it back to the other end of the ice. It'll be recovered by Jack Ani, as they'll try to get another goal on net. Shane Kakoksa blocking a shot, sends it out back to South Carolina's area, and will get an icing call.
There was Tyler Isles again, missed pass there, but it was another sort of 2-on-1 chance that South Carolina ended up blocking. But Tyler Isles, if he had gotten that puck, he would have gotten another receiving pass and probably could have put it past Zach Hayes again for his hat trick goal. So once again, basically showing that Tyler Isles has been, at least in my opinion, the number one star player of this game.
We talk a lot about the offense that's been created, especially because it's been so impressive. 4 goals already, all of them being quick off the breakaway. Connor Benoit, Benjamin Flicky, and Tyler Isles. But another big shout-out needs to be handed to the defense to keep the 0. And scored by number 4, Connor Benoit. 2 goals for Connor Benoit, 2 goals for Tyler Isles. Benoit and Isles having a day for themselves. An unbelievable performance from Connor Benoit, a D3 player being called up for today's game on Sunday for Hockey Fights Cancer, putting 2 goals on the board. Unbelievable performance by Connor Benoit. We just talk about how impressive the offense is, but I was going to say defense also impressive to keep the South Carolina to 0 goals, but offense really shining. And, of course, Lincoln Simons keeping this at a shutout with less than 3 minutes remaining in regulation.
Don't jinx it, Sawyer, now. Don't jinx it. It's 5-0. Tennessee just needs to continue keeping on the pressure. I know they're going to win this game. It's pretty clear. But Tennessee, they need to do this for Simons, right? They need to get him the shutout. They need to get him what would be one of the best games of his career, I would think. Being outshot, and South Carolina still can't put one on the board. So Tennessee, last 2.5 minutes, keep putting on the pressure. Let's finish this out.
So we're getting a couple of updates from you all in the comments. Thanks for the information you're dropping. Very interesting. South Carolina played an outdoor game in Charlotte last night. That's pretty awesome that they were able to do that. But, of course, didn't get to their hotel room in Johnson City, Tennessee, about 2.5 hours almost up the road. I have a lot of family from that area. And so that's quite a trek for them to make it down here to Knoxville today and reasonably so put up the performance that would be expected of them, having played their third game straight on the weekend, traveling all across North Carolina and Tennessee, and then finally making their way, landing in Knoxville for an unfortunate 5-0 game with less than 2 minutes remaining, one and a half approximately. But they'll try and get another opportunity as another goal from Dylan Updike. An unbelievable breakaway opportunity from Tennessee. I think South Carolina just wants to go home. I'm sure super tired from all the traveling that they've done this weekend, and reasonably so. And an unfortunate blocked pass from Will Schneider, as Dylan Updike and Will Schneider play with Zach Hayes a little bit, see where they're going to put it, and Schneider passes it down to Updike to put it past Zach Hayes for their 6th goal of the night.
If you had asked me, between this game and the D3 game, which one was going to be the blowout, I would not have picked this game. So it is, you said that South Carolina playing their 3rd game in a row this weekend, and all those travel fatigue, if you will, but I still thought that they would have put up a pretty solid fight here against Tennessee, but the Volunteers, it's just an absolute rout right now. So props to the Ice Balls for putting on such a good performance for all the fans out here this afternoon.
Yeah, defense being the true difference of Friday's game and today's game here in Knoxville. 5-4 on Friday, very close game in Columbia. And then to come here and hold South Carolina to 0 is really impressive. Says a lot about the defense here in Tennessee. The stars being Shane Kakaksa, Will Maring, and Bryce Cooper, with Chris Kelly in there too, blocking a couple shots for the Tennessee defense.
Ooh.
Oh, and an unbelievable shot on Connor Benoit as Lincoln Simons heads to the net. A fight breaks out. Chris Kelly, and I don't know, starting to pile up now. Little support for Connor Benoit as Chris Kelly takes the walk of shame. Not the walk of shame here in Knoxville. The walk of a hero. Heading back to the locker. The coach giving him a pat on the back saying, great work standing up for your team. And we'll try and see who the South Carolina player was. Here, heading to the bench. Both teams fired up for 30 seconds remaining in the period.
Connor Benoit deserves all the praise for that. He put 2 goals on the board. He sticks up for his team.
Even Chris Kelly.
Oh, Chris Kelly.
Connor Benoit was checked there right of the blue line.
Yeah.
Chris Kelly standing up for Connor Benoit.
Yeah, definitely. Chris Kelly standing up for Benoit. Benoit put on 2 goals on the board this afternoon, so good for Kelly there. And this is just showing that who's the better between Tennessee and South Carolina.
So the captain's down there awaiting the call from the referees. They're deliberating right now because it'll probably be, if I were to guess, a 5-on-4, because there was a bit of I think they're going to call an interference on Connor Benoit, as one of the players from South Carolina absolutely laid him out at the blue line. But of course, the negating fighting penalties will not matter. I know that fighting is not allowed in club hockey, so I don't think they'll be dealt majors. It may be a possible ejection. I don't have the rules on me, but it may be possible. It doesn't really matter, as there are only 30 seconds remaining in the third period. 6-0 Tennessee. And what still is baffling is the shots on goal. Tennessee still putting up less shots on goal to South Carolina, showing how much South Carolina has had an opportunity, but not quite able to get it past Lincoln Simons. Defense being unbelievable here today. I think somebody pointed out in the comments, our offense probably would have put up 6 if this was a normal game. This is nothing out of the blue for Tennessee. What is the real X factor stat here is the goose egg on South Carolina. No goals on net. That just shows you how impressive Tennessee's defense has been tonight, being helmed by Lincoln Simons in net. Unbelievable performance. If, in fact, South Carolina does not score another goal, as they'll probably go on
Another goal. They haven't scored a goal.
Any goal. If South Carolina is able to put one up on the board, then that'll unfortunately be no shutout for Lincoln Simons. But if he is able to do it, that'll mean that all 3 goalies for Tennessee D1 have recorded a shutout in this season. And the most impressive one being, I would say Lincoln Simons. I think Patrick Green had a 10-0 shutout earlier in the season against one of the lower players. I can't remember.
Some team.
Yeah, but this one definitely being the most impressive, as South Carolina, a great team, currently second, but not after this game in the standings. Tennessee will take number 2 in the standings for the College Hockey South with this win against South Carolina. But not to discredit how great South Carolina is as a team. An unfortunate turn of events for South Carolina on the weekend, as too much on the schedule has gotten the best of them and a lot of travel fatigue. You can really only expect South Carolina to play how they played today, with how much they've traveled, how much they played on the weekend. But again, not to discredit them, a great team and a great fight that they put up here in Knoxville. Jack Ani sent his stick to try to avoid a tripping call, but they're gonna give it to him anyway. So for the last 10 seconds of this game, Jack Ani is going to head to the penalty box.
Sawyer, it's feeling like a football game out here right now. You know why?
Because the puck's getting stopped about every 1 second.
Yeah. It's taking 5 minutes to play the last 30 seconds. Props to all the football fans out there, but hockey's definitely the sport to watch, and Tennessee Ice Balls hockey is definitely the team to watch in this game.
And that'll do it for Tennessee here on Hockey Top. A 6-0 shutout from Lincoln Simons in the goal against South Carolina. And Tennessee will take second place in the College Hockey South with a win on Friday night against South Carolina, and a beautiful win, a beautiful shutout win here in Knoxville against South Carolina. Beautiful effort from both teams. Tennessee's defense and goalies really shine today, as Lincoln Simons just put up an unbelievable performance, and all credit is to him and Tennessee defense to hold South Carolina to nothing. And the Tennessee offense operating as they normally would, with 6 unbelievable goals, 2 from Connor Benoit, 2 from Tyler Isles. Great effort. I want to give first star to Lincoln Simons, of course. Second star to Connor Benoit. If this is just my unofficial star ranking
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Second star, Connor Benoit, a D3 player being called up to D1 today for Hockey Fights Cancer, the Summit Blue Sunday, getting 2 goals for his, I don't believe it's his first D1 game of the season, but his first in a while. And then number 3, of course, Tyler Isles, an X Factor player on this Tennessee team. Unbelievable effort from Tennessee to come up with the win. What do you think, John?
I think they put on a strong performance today. South Carolina, pretty strong team going into it, but I mean, it was just a one-sided affair that the Gamecocks just could not stop. And the Tennessee Volunteers, the Tennessee Ice Vols, get the win here on Hockey Top. And you know what I think, Sawyer? I think we need to start wearing those blue jerseys a little bit more often.
Yeah, the Lucky Blues, the Lucky Summit Blues definitely came out on top today in Hockey Top, on Hockey Top in Knoxville. A great game. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Knoxville from the Tennessee Ice Vols. Hope you have a great holiday. That'll do it for 2024 for Tennessee. We'll see you back in 2025 in Savannah.
Love you, Mom.